Friends, hello. This will be a slightly unusual episode of Craft Travels because this time our heroes are not connected by where they live or by a region or by any particular event. We just found out about some interesting crafters we haven't filmed yet. We decided to film them and show them to you. I'm Yevhen Sinelnikov and this is Craft Travels. Let's go.
We are a family from Dnipropetrovsk region.
And we are engaged in straw art.
What is straw weaving?
This is a traditional Ukrainian art. Everyone has seen how diduki have become a trend and fashion now.
Well, they're trendy now, that's true.
Oh, they're at the peak of popularity right now, but we started making them back when it wasn't a trend. You could say for more than 27 years.
You've made diduki for 27 years, yes.
Yes.
27 years.
At that time, I didn't even know that such a thing existed.
But we knew.
And you already knew?
And we exhibited our works in museums. We participated in international festivals.
Now I get it. This is real art. Look.
This is a berehinka. An angel.
Look at the bouquet she has.
Rye is a symbol of life. Flax, those little round buds, mean health. Poppy is meant to prevent trouble.
This is a traditional art that can be used to decorate modern homes. These are items that identify for you as a Ukrainian.
First of all, it's a family talisman family. Flowers represent beauty and youth. And here, these small knobs are woven into the corners. And these twisted little spirals going clockwise. These are children, embryos, your family.
How did you come to this, to rethinking, to the realization that, yes, I see and I understand, this is traditional Ukrainian art, but at the same time, it's not traditional.
It's modern.
But it's modern, yes.
The regional art houses always asked why we should make those old-fashioned diduki that our ancestors made. Why can't I put something personal into it and make it modern? I combined the old and the new. They told me, no, it has to be traditional.
They said you can't do it that way and it's not appreciated. But we believe we are now creating Ukrainian history that in 50 years...
This will become a tradition, right?
It will become a tradition because what was done in the 20s, in the 50s, now we see it as traditional, and we want it to be an example of what was created in the 20s of the 21st century.
Very beautiful. This is it packed, right? Yes.
It's en route to England.
Flying to England.
Yes, most of our clients today are the Ukrainian diaspora all over the world. But a lot of products are ordered by people who, since the beginning of 2022, after the full-scale invasion started, have gone abroad. They either order for themselves where they have settled and where they are now, or they order for foreigners. To show them our Ukraine, to let them touch it and feel its scent.
It smells like a village.
It smells like grass.
And hay, a stack of hay.
Yes, a stack of hay.
When they receive it, they write reviews saying that it made them feel at home, reminded them of their childhood at their grandmother's house in the village, memories, some Ukrainian fields where they used to run as children.
People, when they write reviews, they put things in brackets. They write, I'm crying. This is a workshop.
This is a workshop, right?
Yes, a summer workshop.
A summer workshop? Wow, I see.
These are different ones.
It went further, right? Yes.
This is
a
hoop, a wreath.
This is a wreath for
On a hoop, yes. Oh my God.
Let's get back to business. How much does, for example, one like that, the one going to London, cost?
1,850 hryvnias or $50.
$50? Yes.
If I gave my works, the ones I made, to resellers for 200 hryvnias for a little berehinia like this, then what do you think? Is that...
That's not much at all.
In 2022, I found my Instagram page. I posted and people started following me. And when I was talking to my mom, she said that she gave away her work for almost nothing. I felt really upset because I know how much work was put in by everyone, my grandma, my mom, my dad and me, into all of this. And I understand how much work goes into preparing everything during the summer. and how much you weave. And I told her that all this work should be taken into account. Your works are beautiful, they are perfect. They are beautiful, but you are even shy to take money for your work. And that's not right.
Tell me, please, okay, how can I make it so that they cost not 200 hryvnias, but 1,800? But so that people would buy them.
To broadcast more, show more on social media how you work, how you do things, because just showing the final result is not enough. You also need to show how much work was put into it beforehand, how much effort was made, how much
Time was spent
how much effort?
a whole year. Yesterday we had a day.
A test, an important one.
Which one? One for the whole year. 1 day in a year. That's the day when we reap. I get more pleasure when she calls me or sends me something on Viber like, look, here's some feedback. She shows me which robots are installed and where, you know? I wanted a political map of the world so I could see in which countries my robots are.
Europe is clear. America, almost in every state of America. Canada, Thailand, Israel, Japan. This large doll is part of Masha Yefrosinina's personal collection. And such media personalities order them. They're interested.
And how long does it take, please tell me, to make such a wreath?
I sit down and make, for example, these leaves. I have to make about 100 of them. Then I need to make these next leaves. But in order to weave such a leaf, I need to take some straw. It needs to be sorted by length so it suits me, by thickness. And here are the stalks. Now we gather everything together.
Pull gently like this, pull down.
Pull, 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 pull. And now we've got a strip.
You know, now you can make little leaves.
With these 2 strips, I can make a little leaf like this.
Just with 2 strips?
No, you need to add a lot more. There are many. See? Look at this leaf. I made these leaves today. I'll make those tomorrow, then the knots. Look, there are knots in every flower. See? Do you see? For these knots, I use separate straw. For these little buds, separate as well. And this is something else entirely. For me to put it together as it is, since I have all the pieces ready, it takes me 3 hours.
How do I register for your workshops?
Because we have a lot of orders and a waiting list for them, meaning orders are scheduled a month or 2 in advance. We are thinking and working now in the direction of creating online workshops so that we can provide people with some kits. For making them, of course, with the materials included. Because in the city, of course, you won't find it anywhere, you can't dry it, you can't collect it. And if you just go out into the field and collect it, it won't be soft or ready to use.
You need to collect it at a certain time. That's the most important thing. So you don't miss the moment when the rye starts to bloom. There isn't even a grain yet. And some people come up and say, oh, you'll get moths in there.
Nothing gets in. We've ensured quality for over 20 years. Even yesterday, I went to my cousin grandfather's house and saw that he has a deduk standing in his room. And it was made about 17 or 20 years ago. Over time, these crafts don't get darker, they don't crumble or fall apart, but only become more golden in color.
Well, if you're booked for 2 months, maybe you could take on someone else.
I don't want this to be mass-produced like that. Anyway, when you make it, you put it together yourself, you put your soul into it.
You're right. A master should produce not a lot, but perfectly and cool. I agree.
I don't want this.
And another person won't do it the way you will.
We won't be able to repeat it.
The work that's been done in one breath. I made this for you in the car since you travel all over the country. Look, this is a praying angel. Its hands are folded on its chest, and here's the little wire. And like this, when its arms are spread to the sides, it means it's protecting you, you see? It wraps around you and keeps you safe. If you raise its hands up, it means it's blessing you. That's why I'll do it like this for you, so it will protect you.
Its little hands even move. Yes.
I made a loop so you can hang it in your car.
We'll hang it up right now.
On the windshield, somewhere on the glass. Instead of an air freshener, you hang it by this.
Cool.
We wove a hat. Can I see which lady it is? You need 23 meters of this kind of ribbon and sew it so that it's not visible. It weighs around 65 to 70 grams.
This is just a hat. Very, very light.
No, here it is. And if you look at it in the sunlight, it really glows. That means your head will breathe well through it. Now we're going to our rye field. We were working there yesterday.
It's one thing to reap it, but it's another thing to dry it and turn it over.
And then we have to gather it into sheaves and tie it up. These are still fresh, yes. And it needs to dry really well. And leave a path between them so you can walk and turn them over. Well, we've already harvested this. We laid it down yesterday until 8:30 in the evening. Yesterday, the young man worked for 37 years. And he said, you know what? He said, I'd rather load a truck with scrap metal than do this. It was very hard. We went, don't fall. This is plowed by a tractor. And our dad, there he is standing. All of this was done by hand, you know, the old-fashioned way. A bucket, boots, and just like that.
He's gathering, right?
No, he's not gathering, he's sowing. He sows, and the most important thing is that you have to sow it correctly so that it's not piled up in one place and missing in another. You understand? He somehow takes it so nicely, like shoo-shoo scattering it with his hand. Thank you. And look at the willow we have, how beautiful it is, and those burdocks. Look, something has damaged them. An old grandfather's method, the sickle, show him how to reap. Wheat or rye? With the sickle, we grab as much as we can hold, and here we go.
Jen, have you ever done this before?
I'm about to do it for the first time.
Let's grab it.
Yes.
And tilt it.
Yes, fold it toward yourself and make it even. There's a lot of grass here, like this.
Show him how to plant potatoes too.
He should buy them at the market. It's cheaper. We used to plant, Grandma would plant 20 buckets. I asked, Mom, who are they for? Just to have it. So what?
Does it make a difference if you cut from the bottom or the top?
You need to go lower, look.
You need to go lower.
Yes, so nothing remains after you?
Yeah, show me more.
So now a master class on how it's done.
You grab it.
You took it with your hands.
You hugged it.
You bent over, right?
Yes, and pulled. That's it.
Damn, it's cool that they're all different heights, and it really looks like a bouquet.
Harvest. Let's lift it up like this. We will live. Everything will be fine for us.
All right, cool. Let's move on.
I'm Alexei, a fourth-generation beekeeper. Now we're lighting the smoke. And it's not scientifically proven how smoke affects bees, but it's 100% proven by beekeepers that if you use smoke, they go down to the lower hive body and become less aggressive. There's also a hypothesis that they get alarmed about a possible fire, so they fill themselves with honey and can't bend their abdomens to sting.
Beautiful.
All of this is pure, absolutely pure acacia honey. We are sure that it's pure because the acacia was blooming and we put this third box on when it was blooming. That means not a single other plant got in. But we will still send it for analysis to the Prokopovich Institute of Beekeeping and find out the exact percentage content of each plant.
What's so special about acacia honey?
It has a lot of great properties, but the main thing for the buyer is that it's always liquid, which is very convenient.
So does that mean it doesn't crystallize or what?
It doesn't crystallize, yes. Any other plant honey, if it gets mixed with acacia, then even the acacia will crystallize. So that's the point, to make sure it's pure and nothing else gets in here. It's very difficult, but the hive system allows you to collect different types of honey, monofloral, in other words, pure from a single plant.
Let's go over it again. How does it work?
There are 3 sections here. The third is called the honey super. The main colony, the queen and the young bees are all down here.
Oh,
now we've reached the main colony itself. The upper part is the honey super. They're calm up there. But when we look in here, things will get a bit livelier. I mean, there will be more bees here. Here we'll have eggs brood, both drone brood and worker brood. Right now, we can only see some pieces of drone brood. Drones will come out from here later. The bees have filled everything with honey, as we see. But the honey from here won't be as clear as the one over there. It's in the same hive, but it will be different. Because here they were still bringing something before the acacia. And we put this in when the acacia had already been blooming for 3 days. It's kind of a special manipulation. We go to places that beekeepers often don't want to go to because the access is very difficult. Here's a clear example, drone brood and bee brood.
So when this comb is sealed, there's already life inside.
That's a feature of bees. All the eggs are the same. 3 different individuals come from the same egg. And the only difference is in the type of food they get. What they feed the egg is important. If fed only honey, it becomes a bee. If it's fed a mixture of honey and pollen, it becomes a drone. If fed royal jelly, 3 individuals can emerge from a single egg. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it's a bit heavy.
How many bees are there, at least approximately?
About 600 of these hives.
600 hives?
600 hives, yes.
Damn, sorry.
We manage it. My parents are certified beekeepers. That's where they met, at the Beekeeping Institute. And my mom was the daughter of a beekeeper who was the head of the Kagalik Beekeeping Association. I was born into the family, making me a 4th generation beekeeper.
Cool.
The kids are now the 5th generation. And I see that for all of us, it's interesting. And guys, we've already started this in a more modern way. We have our brand, Konyushina, named after our family name, Konyusha. Konyushina is also a good honey plant. We chose not to invent anything, just to promote the family name. Now we have the Carnica and Buckfast bee breeds and our own Carpathia. Bees are very different in their behavior and their coloring. For example, Carnica is a gray-black bee, and if it's Buckfast, it has orange stripes like bands. Interesting. In terms of temperament, if you get into a typical Ukrainian hive, there's such a breed, it will attack and sting you. You'll run from the apiary. In a carniolan hive, waving your hands like this calms them immediately. And it doesn't bother you.
And is there a difference in the honey from them?
The honey is the same, but the amount of honey is different. So, for example, why do people chase after breeds? So that the colonies are stronger and bring in more honey. That's the only reason. The apiary also faces a different direction. One type of selection aims to increase the number of bees, while another type of selection focuses on the amount of honey. So this is very scientific work, and beekeeping is first and foremost a science. Everything needs to be precise here. There's a saying among beekeepers, if you lose a day, you lose a week. If you lose a week, you lose a year. Everything must be done on time here, and that's just how it is. There's also a not so good aspect in beekeeping, and that's agrochemicals. Why are we even here, and why did we come so far? There aren't any fields around at all. If we look at the geolocation now, the nearest field is 5 kilometers from here. So the bees fly 3 to 200 kilometers. Last year, we had 187 families get sprayed during the corn planting. And there are herbicides and pesticides, and all of that really has a very bad effect on the bees. They become irritable, that's in the best case, and in the worst case, they just die. Thanks to the fact that we are registered, we try to do everything transparently. Sometimes it bears fruit so that later we can present something. We call the police. The police are needed to document the fact of bee poisoning. The State Consumer Service took samples of the dead bees. The agro firm did not give permission to take soil samples. And we can't force them to do it. They just refused, and that's all. Changes need to be made to the legislation. Beekeepers need to be protected strongly. Because everything we see on the pages is 80% thanks to bees. They pollinate everything very well. We owe the harvest, apricots and apples to them.
You actually just said it. I was really surprised that the police came at all. The bees died. And it's really that serious.
It's very serious. Imagine what losing bees means for a beekeeper like us. We have no other income. We work solely at the apiary. Well, I'll tell you this, we are very, very, very tired of fighting, and there is no legislative support for us to come out as winners. And we've found such methods, whether they're difficult or not, to move farther away from the fields. Well, actually, we're supposed to collect honey there to pollinate the fields, but for now there may be uncontrolled chemicals, because they provided samples in canisters labeled as safe for bees. Actually, everyone understands that it's dangerous because the bees are dying.
But for example, here where we are now, this is legal, right? You probably rent this place.
Yes, I informed the village council that the apiary is located here. If I set up here without permission, that's it. I would already be a violator because you have to notify them. There are rules for setting up an apiary in a populated area.
Oh, that's interesting.
There has to be a fence 2.5 meters high.
So that no one comes in, right?
No, so the bee flies out and up. And so it doesn't fly at human height. So 2.5 meters exactly upwards. In the same way, when it comes back home to the hive, to the apiary, it also comes in from above. That's the only reason for this. Leaving Luhansk through the checkpoints is also an interesting story. In 2014, we loaded 2 5-ton trucks with bees. Beehives with bees.
These are Luhansk.
Luhansk.
Displaced persons.
Displaced persons, yes. Father says, that's it, we have to leave, and he chooses May 9th. He says, like, the separatists will be celebrating, maybe, like, we'll somehow slip through. Yeah, maybe something will happen at the exit from Luhansk. They stop him. He opens the tarp, and the bees actually start flying out, and the whole checkpoint just runs into the bushes. They're all yelling, just leave already. He takes off without packing while everyone else hides in the bushes. He got in and they drove on. There's even a beehive that's been smashed by shrapnel. We were about 3 kilometers, roughly speaking, from Luhansk airport. There was some serious battles going on. For about 4 days in a row, there were strikes on the apiary, direct hits. Out of the 180 families that were at the site, 80 survived. There was a fire. My father and mother were at the apiary at that time. They hid from the shelling, but they were attacked so badly by the bees that my mother says we escaped the shelling but almost died from the bees. Well, there was a fire, chaos at the apiary. You can see it here. That was from the cluster munitions. This is what turned it. You can see it from this side.
Wow, you can see it clearly, yeah.
Well, these are the ones who realized they survived, well, more or less survived, that they can still work.
What made you choose to come to Kaniv?
Because we read on the internet that the largest acacia plantation in Europe is here. Now, we've talked and told everyone, now all the beekeepers will come here, right? And what are we gonna do? Well, that's fine, that's fine.
And do beekeepers have this competition, right? This is my spot, I do everything here and I work here?
100%. There is such a thing as the load on the forage base. Beekeepers, first of all, make agreements so they don't interfere with each other. Sometimes we even take turns keeping watch. 3 apiaries, including mine, made an agreement here. And one of us stays overnight. He walks around the apiaries at night. Then, for example, it's our apiary's turn. We watch over both theirs and ours, which is normal cooperation.
Sorry, who are you guarding them from? Is someone going to steal them?
100%. Why not? Now, this is going to be a guide on how to steal an apiary. Point 1. At night, all the bees are inside. We have a very simple thing to close the entrance. That's it. The girls aren't flying out anywhere. We took them and left. We have a life hack here. You can't just take a beehive and leave because it'll fall apart on the road. It'll collapse and be chaotic. They won't make it far. My father always instilled a love for bees, but he never forced me to work there because since childhood I was raised to be a soccer player. I was sent there when I was 6 and I played soccer until the end, and always at the apiary. I played soccer at the apiary, kicked at the goal. I played for Luhansk Zarya. Everything was good. Then injuries, Menesi one after another, and surgeries. And then I moved on to a coaching career. Now I've completely retrained to work with bees. And it's true, since 2017, I made the decision to do this as a business and make a living from it. I've started earning, though I don't feel like I've truly begun, yet something is already forming. We work with supermarkets, Silpo, Fora, Maya, Market. It's already a bit improved.
That's a solid foundation.
Yes, there are places to sell honey.
Listen, how much does a family like that cost?
It costs 6,000 hryvnias to create an entire family from scratch. 2,500 each for the bees and family, plus about 1,000 hryvnias for the frames. About pollination, yes, there are agricultural companies in Ukraine. Our company, Konyushina, works with a company that pays money for pollinating eco-sunflowers. We come, sign an act for pollination, pollinate and collect honey. We also receive payment for each colony. In Ukraine, it's just 100 hryvnias per colony. But it completely covers the travel expenses. So you go to collect honey and your travel is reimbursed. That's also kind of a plus. There's also sunflower pollination, but it doesn't produce honey. They pay 700 hryvnias for one bee colony there. Our apiary can be considered close to industrial scale. I count on 50 kilograms a year for myself. One hive should bring me that. That's the minimum. The record was 120 kilograms in a year from a single hive. That was my father's record. There was buckwheat and sainfoin. Now, there are no big honey harvests. Mint is seen as a premium product for us. And its price is even a bit higher. Even in the supermarket. This is in the Lavka Tradicji department. I'll advertise them once again. Really great guys. They really helped us get started at just the right time. Like, what I really like is that they're very active. Every year we held agro tours to the apiaries with them. People and tourists would come. This year at Easter, we put a wax candle in every pack of eggs, which you could light and then use to decorate the egg. This helped us as entrepreneurs to sell our wax, which we don't know what to do with because the price of wax is very low right now. As for honey, I think you might know that the price is also very low. Right now, the purchase price for honey is 45 hryvnias per kilogram. The purchase price is nothing, it's just the cost price. Beekeepers are struggling with this now, but we chose our own path. Retail sales, gifts, and brand development. Last year, we launched a new product for the Ukrainian market. It's cream honey in sticks. Regular honey mixed on special equipment with the addition of dried fruits and berries. Then it's mixed again to get a creamy consistency. That's why it's called cream honey. This product was developed for the armed forces. It's a sugar substitute, plus it gives you energy, the benefits of honey, and it's convenient to use. Currently, we have just 3 flavors: classic, lemon ginger, and raspberry.
So which one is tasty?
Acacia. This one?
They did an analysis here last year. It's 96 here.
Acacia, right?
Acacia, and monoflorality is considered above 40. So it's not just monoflorality here, it's monoflorality, monoflorality. Actually, everything is tasty in its own way. Blackcurrant, coconut, almond, sea buckthorn, and raspberry. Also pour transparent acacia honey over nut mixes.
Oh, and this is a gift set.
Yes, 7 flavors of creamed honey. This one is interesting. Cherry and chili pepper.
Wow.
The clarity here is just, well, like a tear. And constant sensor, here's how you check how the step settles. It doesn't fall off the chisel, it flows down.
Wow, it's that transparent.
Tasty.
Your cameraman is really resilient. Just look at the mosquitoes biting his hand. And now, starting from this 24th year, the requirements for supplying honey to supermarkets have become stricter. Previously, we used to do tests once every 6 months. You did the tests and you could make deliveries. Now, for every delivery, you need tests. You make a delivery and you have to provide the tests. From every jar, we don't know which one they'll take. They'll do their own internal tests. It's very serious. You know, you can't really say anymore that things in the supermarket aren't healthy. You just can't say that now. Thanks to places like Lavka and Silpo, you can actually buy quality craft products in the supermarket now. And it's been checked too.
I'm Inna, and I make natural functional cosmetics called Lazar.
Listen, this isn't just craft anymore. This is already a really big production.
This is a joint production.
What is a partnership production? Does that mean I have a brand of my own?
I have a brand, and I produce some products at this facility. That means my products are made here according to my formulas.
Is the production facility large?
Yes. All right, let's go see more. Got it, let's go. Laboratory.
Technologists and a lab assistant are developing new products in the lab. That is, they test them for stability, for effectiveness, and also check all the products for their quality using different types of equipment.
There are a lot of different flasks. I'm trying to come up with something to say to look at least half as smart as you, but a lot of flasks, that's all I can say. And what's this?
Neuroacid.
Ah, well, I've heard of that somewhere. Listen, but actually, Ukrainian cosmetics aren't good, but French cosmetics are, right?
That's just a stereotype that society has accepted for some reason. And right now we're trying to challenge that stereotype. The fact is that Ukrainian cosmetics are now actually being developed in laboratories. Now we already have access to the same ingredients that European brands use because we have the opportunity to purchase directly from the manufacturers' factories. Some Ukrainian manufacturers already meet European standards, so we have a promising future.
I'll hold you to that. Let's move on. Production workshop. Tell me, please, is it even possible to make quality cosmetics in a kitchen?
Let's put it this way, I actually started my journey in my own kitchen. That's where I began making my first products. But my approach was to make the simplest products possible. For example, a cleansing oil. It's simply mixing basic oils with essential oil, which is easy to make yourself. I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's not difficult. You can make these products in your kitchen. But later, when the question arose about making cream and so on, of course, I didn't dare to do that in the kitchen. Because here you already need technology, certain equipment, and knowledge. So we started making creams much later, when a technologist joined my team.
Let's move on. Is it usually this big we keep walking and walking?
1,000 square meters.
1,000 square meters?
Our production was established about 6 years ago. 6 years ago, we moved here and expanded.
Wait, girls, this is getting interesting. So you came up with it like, look, we'll mix hyaluronic acid, something else, add something, Carpathian. And Carpathian, yeah. So we'll mix this and get a cool mask, but I don't have 1,000 meters of it.
And that's where you come in.
But we have it. At your production, as I understand, it's not just one, but several happening rapidly. Yes? She has a great cream. What's her name? We'll make this formula for ourselves now.
No. First of all, no. We sign a contract where everything is clearly stated that the formulas don't fully belong to her. We use them only for the purposes of our cooperation.
Confidentiality.
Cool. Let's move on. Interesting, right?
These are exactly the components that are being ordered. It's precisely because the ordering happens in barrels that it's possible to place orders, to order directly from the supplier's factory and receive it specifically in sealed barrels.
It probably costs crazy money. And how much does such a barrel cost? Well, approximately, just to get an idea. Just to clarify, is it thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars?
Well, how can I put it? From $1,500 and up, there are no limits.
That's for one barrel plus the old one, making it quite expensive. Still, it's a great solution for small brands. Those who are just starting out with handmade work, then they can have partner productions where they can scale up. You can scale up independently or through partner productions. It's a win-win.
Yes, next we move on to the labeling department. Here, the girls and boys label the packaged bottles. They also pack them into boxes. They mark them with the date, batch number, and series, and they present the product in its final form.
And all these trays and glasses, are they ours or do you order them as well? Look.
We have many options and offer over 1,000 types of packaging. Unfortunately, in Ukraine, it's not, well, I wouldn't say it's very well developed, but we have a lot of suppliers of both glass and related products who help us. And we order both from abroad, even through intermediaries and from our Ukrainian manufacturers. Our driver picks it up directly from the factory. And by the way, all the packaging that is at the production site, since we have good manufacturing practice, is certified.
Look, what is good manufacturing practice?
Good manufacturing practice certifies production. At the end of 2022, we received the highest quality certification, which is the highest quality rating in Ukraine, specifically for production. International Organization for Standardization, 22,716. This is for cosmetics.
So, good afternoon, dear viewers. Today we will be testing everything that we haven't tested yet. After all, if you look at my face, there are certain problems. Like this, maybe there are fewer of them. but if right now, right here, and boom, a completely different person will come out.
Maybe. Wow.
I decided to gather the best products according to our clients and introduce them to you in more detail.
So much of everything.
Actually, for a woman, this is still not enough.
How did you get into working with cosmetics? It's such a unique and complex field.
Yes, I'm not a technologist. I'm a lawyer by training and worked in law for 10 years, starting at 22. I had bad cuperose on my face and always needed to mattify it and wear foundation, so I began searching for alternatives. Back then, there were no natural products at all. The best I could find was pharmacy cosmetics. And then I thought, why should I use a product that only has a few natural ingredients in it?
When I can just use the pure ingredient itself, right?
Yes, with the natural ingredients themselves, I then began to study, analyze, and combine everything. It took me about 5 years. It wasn't quick or cheap, but I realized this is my thing. This is what inspires me and what I want to create and share with women. So let's probably start with facial products. As we know, the foundation is cleansing. That is, products for cleansing, toning, nourishing, and moisturizing. I want to introduce you to the Kalahari melon sorbet.
Sorbet is ice cream.
Yes, it's a dessert. Now you'll see why it's called that. It contains Kalahari melon oil and 2 essential oils, vanilla and ilang-ilang.
Ilang-ilang, yes. I smell vanilla, but is there something more?
That's why it has such an incredible scent. And I also want to introduce you to a detox mask. This is exactly the kind of mask you can use together with your husband because it has a toning effect. It's a clay mask that doesn't dry out your skin and has such a
Oh, it smells so good.
fresh, bright scent due to camphor. And it really refreshes the skin, tightens it, and prevents redness.
A detox mask, that's what I need,
There's so many different things.
By the way, yes, this is cuticle oil. It's a product that even men use, and you can try it right now.
Cuticles are this here? Yes, that's it.
Yes, what do your cuticles look like right now?
Mine are terrible and unnecessary.
And now use...
and what does it do? And the finger?
It nourishes and moisturizes the cuticle. Next, you'll see the results, and you can gently massage afterward. And it will feel really nice. Yes, a gentle massage like this, like this. Almost. Now let's compare both hands.
Go ahead.
No, your other one.
Well, it doesn't look very good because I'm a man. Yesterday I was transplanting flowers with my wife.
Oh, on the other hand.
I don't know if it works or not, but it feels nice, just rubbing this little bone here.
It feels nice, yeah, nice.
People come up with all sorts of things, huh? Cuticle oil.
Let me show you the solid shampoos. That's a very interesting story. At one time, I couldn't find a good shampoo for myself. Just so you know, I washed my hair with Borodinsky bread, used pepper for growth, and rinsed with fermented dairy products.
With Borodinsky bread.
Yes, it's one of the ways to wash your hair naturally. What? Sorry. Yes, you need to steam it first. I did all these experiments on myself and realized that I like the effect, but not the process. Well, because...
Well, yeah, Borodinsky bread, probably not.
You can wash your hair with it too, but... It's interesting to create those shampoos that will really have a good cleansing effect, but at the same time won't dry out your hair. And I didn't really like the format of liquid shampoos because most of their composition is just water. That's why I made solid shampoos using 2 coconut oil-based surfactants. They're like a concentrate. This is what a little disc looks like.
Interesting.
It lasts for 50 to 60 uses. Well, I'll also show you calendula because it just looks really cool. This is the shampoo that we recommend and use for children from 3 years old. Orange essential oil, calendula in the ingredients. Very pleasant.
To really wash children, yes. Damn, it really works.
Even on my hands.
Let's move on. Solid shampoos are interesting, but a scalp scrub is even more so. Here's what it looks like. Let me show you how it smells.
The scalp scrub?
Yes, the scalp is like the skin on your body.
Well, you don't mean the face, right?
No, I mean the scalp also needs exfoliation. What is that like?
Like a cookie.
Yes, like a gingerbread cookie, yes. Because it contains 5 spices, including ginger and cinnamon. And they are the ones that give it such an incredible aroma.
Just like a cookie? Yes.
New Year's?
Do you know why a scalp scrub is needed?
And why do you need to use a scalp scrub?
It exfoliates the scalp and helps to get rid of dead skin.
Thank you. Are you going to exfoliate everything with this? No, what do you mean? We agreed. If I don't know something, I ask. Production manager, well, yeah.
It's actually very simple. It just helps clear your head of stupid thoughts.
Exactly, and also to remove dead skin cells, reduce oiliness, and speed up hair growth.
Dead skin.
Dead skin cells.
Dead skin. Take notes, guys. You'll come somewhere with your wife and say, let's get something to remove the dead skin cells. She
will be pleasantly surprised.
Very.
And then, in order for our hair to be easy to comb, of course, we need products to use after washing. We have a balm mask, and this product is special because it works both as a balm and as a mask. Apply for 3 minutes as a balm, or leave on 10 to 15 minutes as a mask for deeper nourishment. I want to show you the menthol scrub. This is our limited edition product that we launch in the summer. Why? Because it gives a cooling effect, but at the same time, it also has an anti-cellulite effect. So
The scrub for the scalp has an anti-cellulite. No, that's
a body scrub?
Shoo, thank
God, phew, I got a little scared. Well, it's some kind of cookie too. There's a cookie here, but it's minty.
Imagine being hot, getting in the shower, applying scrub, and suddenly feeling cold. Because thanks to the menthol crystals, you get this cooling effect, and when you get out, you feel really comfortable. And on top of that, there's also an anti-cellulite effect.
It smells really nice.
Intimate hygiene foam. We developed this product at our client's request. And when we launched it, I really wanted to collaborate with gynecologists. We sent our product to gynecologists and received positive feedback. And after that, we knew for sure that this is the product recommended by gynecologists as well. It has this kind of scent.
An intimate hygiene scent.
This eucalyptus essential oil adds a refreshing touch to the foam with probiotics and postbiotics, specifically to provide maximum protection for the microflora.
Toothbrush. Well, just to apply it here. Is that all I have left? Is that all? Nothing else is needed.
Now, it's clear why a woman, when she goes on a trip, doesn't have enough with just one suitcase.
It's not enough, yes.
That's why you need to take your products with you, yes? Let's begin with the tiny jars. Vitamin C liposomal fluid for the skin around the eyes.
One more time.
A fluid for the skin around the eyes, by the way, with hyaluronic acid and vitamin. Why does a woman use it?
So that there are no dark circles or bruises under the eyes.
Yes, actually it's to moisturize the skin because it's very delicate skin and it really needs a separate product. Plus, it helps prevent the appearance of fine expression lines, the ones people commonly call crow's feet. No one wants to have them, so that's why we use this kind of product.
Listen, please tell me, back then, our grandmothers and great-grandmothers lived without all this. They were healthy, looked good, had many kids, and their husbands loved them. Why do we need all of this?
Look, I agree that they looked fine, but they didn't look their best, the way they could have at a certain age. That's why these products have such formulas. That's why these products have exactly the components that help unlock the skin's potential. Because the woman wants to look her best for her age. By her best, I mean unlocking the full potential of her skin and hair.
To look as beautiful as possible.
Let's move on to these 3 products, because these are the basic products. By base, I mean cleansing, which is the foam. The foam is wonderful because it's made with natural surfactants and doesn't dry out the skin. Then the floral mist is a toner. It balances the skin's pH and helps provide extra hydration. This is especially important if the water in your area is quite hard. Because then, no matter what product you use, you still feel dryness. And a cream fluid is a combination of a nourishing cream and a fluid form. It just absorbs very quickly and doesn't leave that sticky feeling. These are 4 little lip balms. You can use it for men as well. It doesn't give any color, it's colorless.
Finally, at least something for men.
Actually, men can use menthol and they can use peeling too. Even foam for intimate hygiene. Actually.
Really?
Tested on my own husband. The interesting thing about this product is that it has a cooling effect. And at the same time, when you apply it to your lips, it makes your lips look fuller. This is a summer item. Yes, so you don't need to use all sorts of injections. You can just use the balm. Of course, you can use it on it. Just apply it however is convenient for you. What do you feel?
Tingles a bit, yeah.
There's tingling and a cool sensation.
And the coolness has spread. That's what this one wants.
I'll take this thing. It really made me want my wife here next to me.
Honestly, it's cool.
I'm just saying, our cosmetics can be used together, and you can have a great time.
And have a great time?
And our 2 products are new. 2 products with sun protection factor 30 and sun protection factor 50 protection. Hey, by the way, we have a mirror, a special mirror, where you can check the effect of sun protection factor protection. And I suggest we do that.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Come on, smile.
Mamaro.
Handsome. Yes. Oh my God.
In this mirror, it's just crazy.
Handsome.
Do you have any money?
Money.
Yeah, and this is the black stuff, right?
So that means the sun protection factor protection is working.
Yeah.
Cool.
So he just dresses nicely. It has a matte effect, yes, and it feels really nice.
You don't feel it.
When you look here, my face turned completely black.
All right, say goodbye to your friend.
Bye. See you. I definitely want to buy calendula and menthol. Balm mask for hair revitalization. Yeah, and I'll try this one too. And this one can be tried by my wife. This is a cream with sun protection factor, and this one too.
Well, of course.
I came in at just the right time.
Nice.
Count.
This is the first craft production in the country of healing balms, made according to millennia-old recipes based on our Carpathian medicinal herbal bouquet, which is called medicinal raw materials. When caring people go to the forest, they bring us herbs like this. As you can see, it contains highland plants. There are actually more than 20 of them here. But the main one, let's say, is small-leaved linden that we give. This is the one that has good tonic and anti-inflammatory effects. There is hawthorn, there is oregano, there is lemon balm, there is thyme and many different plants.
Wait. You're talking about classic Carpathian tea right now.
But it is the base for our balms. We load this extractor. After that, the next process takes place. Anatoly, please show us.
So we collect the alcohol in the measuring cup. From the measuring cup, it goes into this column. Yes. Next, in the required proportion for extraction, water is pumped in here and mixed. The alcohol is distilled over here.
It's not like how they make moonshine, right?
No.
You're making the same tea, but with vodka.
With vodka?
It needs to sit in 2 pots for 2 weeks.
It's more than just infusing, you know? The process.
It transfers, it goes through a process. After that, the base is pumped into an oak barrel. And what is it supposed to do there for a little while? To infuse. For about 2 or 3 more weeks, as they say, it should strengthen and infuse together in the oak. And then it moves on to the process that is called blending after that. This is our Ira, the technologist. She knows all the recipes that have been approved for us, the secrets.
We transfer part of the space infused in the daily columns. And then, according to each recipe, a certain amount of extracts is added of various roots or herbs, infusions and syrups.
Wait. It is infused for 2 weeks with herbs. Tea, yes. And after that, something else is added.
There are also separate infused extracts.
As you can see, the base is in the daily barrels and extracts are being infused here.
You see, here are the roots. Both alcohol and water.
Tell me, please, we are in such an area that whoever you visit, there are homemade liqueurs, there is moonshine, everyone has something to drink. What's your secret?
Let's put it this way. We are the only legal production in the region that has the right to do this. We don't have counterfeit goods. Our product has an excise stamp. We follow traditions, well, ancient ones and even more so.
Even these extracts require the root or leaves, which must be collected at the right time and properly infused. Few know this, some estimate, but we use a set recipe.
Everything was done correctly, right? Yes.
Just as it should be. That's why we conduct proper inspections.
State standards, everything, genuine craft.
Yes,
It's called genuine.
According to current legislation.
So here it is.
True craft per current law, bravo.
But come here for a second. Don't forget that our main ingredient is our honey with propolis. See how wonderful it is.
Why with royal jelly?
Oh, wow. And we actually add it to our, this is the base to which...
So not just the honey itself, but...
Honey with propolis, right?
Brusabrus and royal jelly is so white, like cream. And it's already blended, as you can see, for at least 20 weeks. It's being infused.
Here in the vats, and then it goes for bottling.
You've already said several times that it's healthy, 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 healthy. Is it really healthy?
Of course, but in moderation, let's put it that way. Actually, the plants themselves can't always release their healing properties in water the way they do when extracted with alcohol, honey, or other substances. Regarding mead, whether ours or not, they made it. But people made it for a good reason because of viral anti-inflammatory diseases and other things like that. But God forbid an overdose. That's the one thing alcohol doesn't tolerate. We've already made the product accordingly. We have a laboratory here. That's a kind of distillation, what we call a moonshine still, you could say. There are many ingredients, so we need to know the amount of pure alcohol. And it needs to boil like that until it evaporates and fills up in here.
This is the spicy, aromatic final result. That's what goes in here, right? Yes.
We measure the amount of alcohol. What's interesting is that not only do we produce balms, but we also make very, let's say, the most healing, the most natural waters.
This is our Carpathian lemonade. What are we proud of? The fact that it has only natural ingredients. Basically, the only things that go into this tea, into this drink, are fructose itself and lemon juice. And we added Ivan chai to the lemonade. It kind of highlights the lemon note, and then the lemon becomes even softer, so to speak. You can hardly taste it, but the lemonade becomes softer on its own. For now, we have 3 types. There's Carpathian mojito, Carpathian lemonade, and also maple.
So basically, you make this sweet syrup and add regular, real water to it, right?
Extracts, yes. So we get this water.
Not bad.
Of course, and you can feel it. The most important thing is that you can feel the water is natural.
There's this fizz, it's sparkling water, right? This is sparkling water, of course. But it doesn't have that artificial carbonation effect. It doesn't have the effect of those big factories. Yes, of course, I know how to say it to express it, but you feel that it's really craft, cool. Coca-Cola, the big players, how can you even compete with them?
You know, we're not afraid of competition here. Why? First of all, we're not that big and we're not chasing such big money. But we let people, especially tourists, experience what a natural product really is. We focus on the consumer, the kind who comes to visit the Carpathians. We need to show him not Coca-Cola or some other imported product, but something that's made here from local ingredients.
100%.
And now let's go to the museum.
But you always say we're small, we're not chasing anyone, but how small are you?
Well, let's put it this way, about 600 bottles a day, for example. It depends on the demand. We have our own signature balsams, for example, certain places, sales opportunities. We have sales in the center. Here is the tasting room. We also have a few other interesting things. We opened in Ivano-Frankivsk, sort of, with balsams too.
Little by little, you're growing, right?
Yes, of course. We're moving forward.
Well, we're happy to welcome you to our museum.
Please note that in just a few minutes, we can show here how the Carpathians developed in general. As you can see, there was the Tethys Ocean, where everything was covered except for the single Marmaros crystalline massif, which was not covered by this ocean. And all the land was covered afterwards. The formation of our land, which was in the oceans, as you know, these were not the Carpathians. Here in the Carpathians, we had the Sarmatian Sea and many unique, wonderful Hutsuls living here. Hutsuls, as we call them nowadays, because honestly, look at how much coal there is in Ukraine. Coal formed millions of years ago, likely from the living world of the warm Sarmatian Sea. And when the Eurasian and African plates collided, when the whole world started shaking with all the mountains, then...
That's when the Carpathians appeared, right?
Not just the Carpathians, all the mountains. And we're the only ones with them. In our museum, we have them in epoxy resin, but the plants are from the Ice Age. 8 plants. One flower, narcissus flowered, or alpine wind, thick-leaved, dryad, aster.
Are these really plants from that period?
The Ice Age, amazing, preserved in epoxy resin. It's the only piece not found in museums worldwide.
You have production. Yes, you do crafts. Why did you also make a museum?
Why is it important? Well, it's an important addition. You see, the product itself It's well crafted and nice, but it should also be educational. Why are plants alive? Why is the world like this? Why did this happen, and so on?
Why is it right here?
Yes, here. Do you understand? And there is no such museum, and it's all connected because a person will come to buy a craft product to taste it. Around one corner there will be a unique museum. The things you'll soon see beyond that are also very interesting. And we come to the point that humanity was developing and there was a period of alchemy.
A ritual to cleanse negative energy. So what now?
Oh, I have so much of that energy.
That's nice. Imagine all the negative energy you've accumulated throughout your life gathering near your main chakra above your head. That's all. Imagine everything has gathered above you. All your fears, all your beliefs. Everything that kept you from growing, from moving forward. This is not me.
And now make a very negative sound. Even stronger, even stronger.
And now spit it out of yourself. That's not all. Here in front of you is the wreath of life. Imagine this moment as light and goodness flow down on you, filling you with positivity. And everything in your life turns out for the best.
With open hands, take the energy like this. Even stronger, even stronger. I will say that in this tasting room, one of the best herbal therapies in Ukraine is gathered. I mean, in the form of literature. Here you'll find recipes, answers to questions, and books by creators of Ukrainian folk medicine, along with herbal books from various European traditions from the 1800s onward. The literature was collected here for a long time. Everything is accurately reproduced and shown, and of course there's a craft product that Roman will tell you a little about.
First, we have Carpathian Calgon for the digestive tract. Everything related to the digestive tract, improvement, digestion, and so on, it works like mezim. I always recommend taking 100 to 150 before meals golden root or rhodiola rosea. This is also a root. Yes, it's everything related to the heart as well as blood thinning. Well, people with heart conditions shouldn't drink alcohol, but if they're treating themselves, they also take this rhodiola rosea and just take it drop by drop like this. We have a mixture with 3 types of roots. I'll read them for you. Calgon root, rhodiola root, and also gentian root. When these 3 roots are together, they create an effect that is good for male potency. And Carpathian gin. What makes this gin unique? Well, it's the fact that there's lovage gathered by our own hands, so to speak. And our Carpathian gin, well, and our Balms. That's what we're proud of. The base here is 10 types of herbs, and depending on the type, we add different components. For example, if it's black walnut, then it will be with the addition of black walnut. Carpathian Mulfer is more berry flavored. For example, Dogbush's Strength is more root based. There are more such ingredients there. Chornohora is aged in oak barrels, ideal for cognac fans. Hutsulka Ksenia is more feminine. Here there are feminine elements, more royal jelly, milk, Carpathian balm, and an almond base. And we also have small medicinal tinctures.
It's like a mixture, right?
Of course, it's 50 to 300 grams. It's the same, for example, as with our balms. This is primarily for prevention. If you drink 20 or 30 grams with coffee, tea before bed, or in the morning, you'll forget what it's like to be sick. It's like eating garlic. Well, that's how I see it, because that's how it works. Exactly all those, the vitamins that are in there, it's like you're eating garlic.
No, well, yeah. No, well, it's cool. That's how it is. That's how it works.
Immunity is simply strengthened with those herbs, those vitamins that are in there. It has a simple, very easy story. While climbing Hoverla, my husband said he couldn't continue, but I know this helps normalize blood pressure. He has high blood pressure, took pills, but nothing works. He just stands there. I thought, well, whatever happens, let's try it. They say it helps. I poured him 150 grams. He climbed Hoverla, came back, and that was enough. Well, actually, I topped them up again on the way, and everything was fine for us. We made it just as we should. Well then, for the tasting, we have Carpathian balm. As I said, the base is 10 herbs. And then the base here is almond.
Such a rich aroma. And the Beer Master, yes.
pressure?
I feel that there is
Some herbs, but the nose doesn't say anything at all.
If it was more or less clear what I was about to taste.
Yes, black walnut, correct.
Of course, it's black walnut. I'll try to describe the taste to you.
The consistency itself is thicker than all the liqueurs alcohol. It's richer. Secondly, there are a lot of flavors.
So it unfolds, you get a first impression, then there's the taste, then the aftertaste, and then there's this, I don't know how to describe it, the aroma in your nose when you take a sip, and after that, you feel the aroma inside.
And that's really cool. It's cool that they're different from each other. This black walnut has a very pleasant bitterness. They're all quite sweet. It's like a sweet balm, but this one also has some bitterness and its flavor is broader.
That's why it's made this way, because it's a unique balm.